The real creep behind Jeepers Creepers is none other than the director. Let me explain to you what Jeepers Creepers is really all about. It's about a monster who is a pedophile, and he's stalking these young kids, boys in particular. Now, if you don't understand metaphors, you have no business watching movies because there's so much stuff going on that's over your head. But if you look at the eyes that he's giving these boys and the look he's getting and how he's sniffing the air and all that, this is deep, immoral, sexual psychology going on. So what does that wink right there have to do with murdering and being a monster? Make no mistake about it, the director is a monster. He is a pedophile who raped a 13-year-old boy in the 80s and taped it, went to jail for it, and confessed for it. That's who this director is. And this monster is him. Now, after he raped said boy, Disney went and hired him to do Powder, another Abomination movie. So in order to understand movies, you have to understand metaphors, you have to understand psychology, science, and other stuff, like numerology. Now, as he's telling him to move away, that one that is special, that's the one I want. And then he does something that's just despicable, that was even creepy back then. You gotta remember what a creep is. A creep is just that. That creepy old man that used to be creeping around the playgrounds and around the schools, that's who this monster is. Now, what does this have to do with killing or anything? Now, after this boy actually had oral sex with this man, you put something like this in a video, torch another young boy? The director of this movie is 3 times as creepy as his creation. Now, let's talk about the number 23. Because of every 23 years, for 23 days, this thing gets to feed. Now let's talk about September 11th. You take that 11, you add the 9, you add the 2 and the 1, and that's 23. That's that number again. And it's just going to keep going. There's no stopping to this. Now, even for the devil, which is 666, is two-thirds. Now, another thing about the 23, let's go to the World Trade Center. If you take the W from world, that's 23rd letter. The T is the 20th, the C is the 3rd, all equaling up to 23. But that's just a coincidence, right? 9/11 happened September 11th, 01. Now, let's take that 9/11. Of course, you'll have 20. You take that 2, you'll have 22, and add that 1 for 2001. That is 23. Now let's talk about Air Jordan, who we all know Satan is also known as the Prince of the Air in certain circles. And if you take his 2 3s, that equals up to 6 championships. Whenever you see this 23, it is a planned event, whether it is real or false. Even something as simple as, let's go Bill Clinton. Take that B, the second letter in that C is the 3rd letter, equaling up to 23. Julius Caesar was stabbed 23 times. Now, you could believe that all this is just a coincidence, but there's no way that the same coincidence is going to keep going on. There's actually a movie called 23 with Jim Carrey, and another movie in Germany released the same year called 23 about 2 men that was obsessed with those numbers. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was shot November 22nd, 1963. All adds up to 23. You take that 22, 4, you add that 1, 5, you add the 9. After that, 14, add the 6, 20, and that 3, 23. Now you guys need to wake up, because Hollywood is not for you, and the music industry is not for you. As you listen more and more, they keep getting more perverse as the years go by, and they keep conditioning your mind. Now I know people who are running around still to this day quoting Menace to Society, quoting Friday, because it got in their psyche, thus becoming a part of it. Now this goes back to the eyes being the windows to the soul, and it's the taking of the innocence. It's the damaging the thought process and the outlook on life, and that's what these movies are doing, just like he did to that little boy. Now these guys have to make sacrifices to keep going because they're working for Satan. So when they molesting these kids, they get rewarded for it. How does Disney go work with a man who taped himself raping a little boy? And he was independent before that, and after that he just blew up. So how do you get rewarded, and why do you get rewarded for such things? Now if you pay attention to this scene, like a creep creeping around a farm or around a playground, he spy on this little boy. The little boy spots him and he runs. And you look how he pounces on this little boy. They don't show it, of course, but it's a rape going on right there. Now as the father, the dog, and the brother run out there to try to save the boy, there's all kind of thrashing and thrusting going on. And you got to remember, this is a man who already raped a little boy. Just like Last House on the Left, keep telling yourself, it's only a movie, it's only a movie. But it's a lot deeper than that. They introduced something that is an old Hitler trick. It's unimaginable. And after they keep introducing it, 20 years later, it becomes normal. But ain't nothing normal about pedophiles and what else is going on in this world as you see these senators and stuff getting caught up for pedophile and whatnot. You have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Do not support this guy or Disney. Why would Disney even hire a man like that? Let's not forget all that nasty stuff written in the Disney cartoons. Disney cartoons is porn. Straight up and down. And you keep your kids away from Disney if you care anything about them. Because this is what will happen to them. They'll be swept up and taken away. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. And that's what these people are doing, the work of their father. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And Satan is your father, because that's who you are serving. All praises to the Most High.